Look at the wonderful cockatiels in their natural habitats. Oh! Just kidding! Welcome to episode 1! While it's hella cluttered here in our makeshift studio, you can see these littles are running it, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. But what we do have is a bunch of wacky stuff you're going to love. So be sure to mash those buttons and stay tuned, because we look forward to entertaining you. Obviously, that means don't forget to hit subscribe, push that like, and leave your comments below. Alright, don't stress, stay blessed, stay tuned, and episode 1 is coming at ya. Now, I will be kind enough to give you a little rundown on my co-stars. This is Lilboiibu, and he loves to blow his horn. This is Little Girl, and she loves to avoid being picked up by getting you to pet her head. And this lovely she-fella is
Forever gorgeous and the forever cranky little boy!
Alright, y'all, let's jump right in. Welcome to the first clip that we've compiled just for you. This little devil right here is gonna start us off. Go ahead and roll that first clip. We've got one of the craziest low-budget bits just for you. And we at S.w.presents like to call it the BirdBall Dare. Here's how it works. Now right over here, I have the dare board. A combination platter of possible disastrous dares. Now depending on which of our tasty treats we have here today, I could have a very big challenge ahead. And as for our final part, I'll be picking from our challenge box, which I made from a Happy Birthday old Make-A-Wish, just to spice it up a bit. By all means, do not forget, this is only episode 1. While our budget may be low, our inclusion rate is hella high. Any challenge you would love to add to our picture box, shoot us a message or drop a comment below. And who knows, maybe you'll be featured here and get to see me do your crazy dare. You out there ready? Because this is about to get crazy. Just a second, little girl down here is gonna make her first selection and determine my dare. Right, now our next step is to let this little beauty do what she came here to do. One of her favorite things, eating snacks. You ready? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay. Girl is gonna start out on home plate, and whichever treat she decides, we're gonna take that away so she doesn't get that one, decides where I'm gonna go. Go get the treats, mama. Go on. Alright, and it looks like she's finally off. Which will she decide? The ever-favorite pretzels? The salty... Oop, it looks like she took the pretzels. Alright, so we have a backwards runner, but that's alright. We're gonna move those aside and hand those off to our lovely co-star. And it looks like I'm headed over to the monkey bars. Said before, she determined the location. Now I have to determine the dare. So, we're gonna get our pitcher mound up. We're gonna reach in. My eyes are shut. Whip that around a little. And this one looks good. Alright. I guess I'll be going across the monkey bars while telling you a true story. Oh yeah, it looks like I'm going across the monkey bars right over there while telling you a true anecdotal story. Now wish me luck, and of course, a grand thank you to my chubby camera girl right here. I have decided I'm gonna add an extra layer of spice for all of you by making it an upside down challenge. Alright, let's hand the camera off and get this dare started. You wanna hold on to this for me, Mama? So as you know, our chubby camera woman behind the screen has chosen that I will be on these monkey bars right here, and I will have to, as I chose, tell you an anecdotal true story. All facts here today, folks. Now, I was gonna go with a quick comedic one, and I might add that in at the end, but for now, we're gonna do a spooky tale that is all true. That being said, I did add the extra challenge that I did not need to, but today we're gonna go ahead and do it, or try to, get all the way across in under 2 minutes, all while I'm upside down. Alright, start that clock. Now, a couple weeks back, I had a very spooky thing happen where something decided at night to call my name, full on government name, first and last. Ooh. But looks like I made it across. Can I make it back? Shortly after that, this entity, which I did not get out of bed, did not move because I know the Appalachian Trail. It decided that it was going to leave hands and feet prints crawling across the top of my dresser. It kind of fits with the theme if you think about it, because the handprints are still here to this day. And mind you, they would have to be new ones, because I have cleaned them a total of 13 times now. Needless to say, whatever this entity may be, a mimic, a ghost, or since it decides to move things in my house and put them back just for entertainment, and argument's sake, I want to say some kind of trickster. Now please, for entertainment's sake, leave your comments below on two things. One, what do you think that thing could be? I figured I'd actually expose a true truth. Even with it knowing my name, crawling across the ceiling, and all types of spooky 3 a.m. behavior, you may simply ask, why is that so scary? I have got a secret for you. Every single night at midnight, I walk out to that kitchen because I hear a man and a woman discussing God knows what. Only to see that the moment that clock strikes midnight, water starts draining down the pipe into the basement. But there's no water there. In fact, the washer hasn't been hooked up in months. So, if you could go ahead and add some extra challenges, because as you could see, that challenge just wasn't cutting it for me. Oh yeah. How'd you like that? A roll clip too? Just for you. Start it up! Alright, my chubby assistant. Are you ready over there with the camera? Yeah, we're good? Okay. So, for this next bit, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 separate challenges, 2 of which you'll see here, and the third you're gonna have to follow me home for. The first one, I'm gonna need a little help from the bird bat. There's a big trend going around, And I guess all of you are calling it the flamingo challenge, where you stand on one leg and you bend all the way down, pick something up with your mouth, and bring it back up. Okay, so we got our bird back. We got our one leg. We're gonna drop it down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and be a little generous. I'm gonna give myself 3 chances, like 3 strikes and you're out. Starting now. The hardest problem with that, I would have to admit, getting my hands to be tied without a tie. Had to keep it between my legs. For this next challenge, which I will fully let you know, I did not find online. Shout out to all you music and movie stars. You probably do it better. I call it the drop it like it's hot challenge. Can you make it flat to the flow and then come all the way back up for some more? Y'all ready to drop it like it's hot? Let's do this. I wonder, do you think I could fit in a suitcase? We should find out sometime. That was probably the easiest one I've done. Alright, y'all. For this last challenge, I decided to go with the classic. I'm nominating myself for the Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, the viewership and proceeds, if any at all, will obviously go to the Bird Foundation that gets the most votes, chosen by you, down in the comments below. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be for birds, but it does in fact have to be nature and animal related. So, if you happen to know the foundations that I don't, let me know below. Alright, let's do this, shall we? We got our ice, we got our water. And we got... maybe I'll wait a second, hold on. 1 moment later. Who's next?
That was fun, but I do have to say, sorry for so carried everything, but the cute little guy at the end of this little tidbit is actually where half of the proceeds will be going. But leave your comments for the other half. These guys, there's only about 235 literally left alive, and a breeding program has been started to restore them. I would like to let my proceeds go there.
Again, if there even is any. Thank you. As always, don't stress, stay blessed, and be sure to hit that subscribe. We will be releasing at least 1 video every weekend, so subscribe and stay tuned, because I promise you the content will get better. If you have any recommendations, you know where to find us. Y'all, now how about that? I know, it's a little dull down just for our first episode, but with all your help, we can make this the most entertaining thing online. So, like I said before, make sure to leave your comments and help amp this up. Whoa, 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 where you going? We got 1 more. Don't you dare touch that mouse yet. You wanna boot up the 3rd one? Time for the final act. Alright, go ahead and push play, baby. Calling all kooky kids at heart. Be sure to head on over and share some of your more challenging feats, wacky impressions, or outlandish talents via this channel's message boards. And who knows, you may just share in some future spotlight while watching me do the same. As always, don't stress, stay blessed, and be sure to stick around for some pretty funny scenes at the end. Rule number 1 to anything culinary is Lilboiibu and I are gonna wash our hands. 5, 10, 5. Today, we'll be cooking up a quick, easy treat that you can easily do at home. An added bonus, it actually calls for one of my favorite spices. Now, I like to call it the elephant ears. And here is all we need. Alright now, let's jump right on in. We're gonna take our mixing bowl, we're gonna measure out 1 cup of flour and throw that on in. Alright. Then, we're gonna drizzle in a little bit of warm water. Now, the actual recipe calls for about 1/3 cup Let's throw that in. Kneading the dough.
Need the dough. We need the dough. We need that dough.
Shape it up. Alright, now we're gonna take our dough and we're gonna make 4 equal balls. Have to bust your balls. Alright, we've got our balls. Now you're gonna want about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of any cooking oil.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Whew, is it hot in here, or is it just all of you? Alright, now we're gonna head back over and make these balls into ears. Let's get these on over to the oil. Carefully take our ears and we're gonna slow and steady lower them into our oil. Alright, so we lowered our ears into the pan and we're just gonna let them cook for 1 to 2 minutes on that side until the bottom is nice and puffy, puffed out, and golden brown. But I'm sure y'all know how to puff your bottom. Now I'd like to take this time just to say, with the challenge videos from yesterday, please, nobody try those at home. I am not a trained professional, so I understand your desire, but some of those things can be dangerous. So unless you have parental consent and supervision, stick to playing like a human. Okay, let's check these real quick. Definitely not that one yet. Alright, looks like we'll have to let them simmer and sizzle. Once these little babies get where you want them to be, you're just gonna flip and repeat, but cut that time in half because they're already half baked. Gonna drop them onto a plate. I chose a pan just to drain off that excess oil so that it does not get in your way. Next, while they're still a little warm, but these ones are hot, so we gotta let them cool, I am going to make the glaze. 1/4 cup powdered sugar, and maybe like a tablespoon, half a tablespoon even, worth of water. Then you're gonna stir it vigorously until it's nice and creamy, smooth, and able to be drizzled. In the effort for time, I went ahead and put about 3 tablespoons worth of cinnamon sugar down that we're gonna use to coat these bad boys. While still warm, we are going to go ahead and take our ear, make sure it's not too hot to touch, but still warm enough that it'll stick to the cinnamon. Final step, one of my personal faves. It's time to cream those ears. Let's bring in the big cup. Alright now parents, I am more than sure that this next tip will definitely appeal to you. Kids, if you decide you want to cook these at home, 1, make sure you have consent and supervision. Help, you're gonna need it, trust me. They're easy, but Also, 2, them that cooks, cleans. Got it? I'm about to try one of these. Forgive me. That is scrumdiddly-umptious for real. Alright, now how's about them elephant ears, y'all? Didn't they look tasty? He even said scrumdiddly-umptious, eh? This boo-boo back here, he just wanted me to say thank you all for watching, and directly after this, you can catch the cute cutscenes. Because trust me, some things look better than they were. A lot. Now, usually they'd only do this for the movies, but, you know, be sure to log in next week because low budget, first episode, it can only go up from here. From here. Landish cooking. Today, we'll be cooking. It's okay, they'll be baby elephants. Dumbo ears, right? Now I'm gonna make these balls into some ears. Hand it on the stove back here. It's time to cream those ears. Talons. Ears into tasty babies.